Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome to the Daydreams Podcast. I'm Benjamin Creech.
And I'm Karthik Dharmiya.
Yeah, so we got exciting things happening today. We're
hmm
recording it. Artemis 2 just went down, so that was cool.
Yeah, it went down, meaning it landed.
It landed. No, it went down. I fucking.
No. Yeah, that must be like the scariest thing about all this, right? It's like um, you just can never you can never be 100% certain it's going to work or things are going to go as planned. And I'm sure they hit a lot from the public. I mean everything is public. You could watch their stream the entire time and stuff like that, but you can never predict. And if things go wrong, they have to like cut out the stream, and
Well, I
the
mean,
stream does drop. To be fair.
yeah. Yeah, dude. I did watch it a couple of days ago, and I was like, dang. Because I just wanted to see when they're like starting to approach the moon. I was like, oh, that's cool. But yeah, all it takes is like one, just like very small thing, and it just can go very wrong.
Yeah, I thought the funniest thing was that their toilet stopped working the moment they
Oh yeah,
went into space.
I didn't hear
So I'm
about
sure,
that.
I'm sure they had to do some space plumbing.
They should have had me to.
Yeah, they should have had they should have had Mr. Benjamin Creech, space plumber, ready to go.
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah. Speaking of the live stream and everything, I know we were talking about a little bit beforehand, but you want to talk about all like the video aspect of it because
Yeah. Um, I I guess I don't know how. I haven't done any research on it. I don't know anything. I don't want to sound ignorant when talking about and critiquing visuals, but I think there is like a certain level standard that has been set in 2026 where everything looks great. And so it's kind of humbling when things look broadcast and they don't look pristine. And obviously you're in space and you have limited bandwidth and data rates and all this. So I do wonder if they make resources to record the full quality version of it, like on board or something, and then they like offload it. But yeah, I've always found it really interesting that it doesn't look like our awesomely shot footage and stuff like that. And of course, there's a myriad of things that happens when you want high quality footage. It takes more space, more bandwidth, probably more weight, more budget to make a camera of that nature, put it on the like attach it to the spaceship, and everything. All that to be said, in 2026, I just expect everything to look HD. And, it does disappoint sometimes when it's like, oh, wow, this looks like super broadcast old tech. But then to be fair, NASA doesn't have a big budget. They have to work with what they have. They're making
yeah.
making the juice worth the squeeze, focusing their budget on the actual mission rather than, content creation, space content creation.
Ah, they should just hire us. Come on.
Yeah. We'll we'll
We're
we'll go up
good.
there and film everything.
But yeah, they did. I didn't see on the live streams. I watched it sporadically over the whole 10 days. I think it was 10 days, something like
hmm
that. Yeah, and yeah, there was some moments where the live stream was just completely black and white, and I was like, "Dang, we're in the 21st century. What's the color?"
Yeah. I feel like broadcast technology just hasn't caught up to everything. And to be fair, I guess the digital video revolution has really happened in the last 5 years.
Yeah,
So maybe the broadcast technology will take some time to like really catch up to everything. And I guess the nature of broadcast is not quality; it's more information and just like a, here's a look at it rather than everything. But then the reason I'm critiquing everything is it really doesn't help their case when they have a ton of conspiracies against them of like faking it. And it's
yeah.
like if you really want to prove to the world, prove to the world. That's
What?
that's my thing.
Hey,
And
well,
and
thank
I'm
you.
I'm not gonna and I'm not gonna sit here and be a conspiracy theorist and say they didn't do it. But it is one of those things where it's like, I mean, put your money where your mouth is and like show us everything in HD, show us that we're on the fucking moon. Like, I mean, you get those photos back and stuff. And yeah, those are great. And those are photoshopped and made nice and sent out to the whole world, sent out to all media. But yeah, it's just when they're actually doing the thing, make it seem more plausible. make it
I
seem
mean,
like
that's why they can just send this. Yeah, like I mean, we were joking about it, but they could send someone out up there that's been doing video work or whatever for a long time, and send them up
yeah.
there to do it.
Yeah,
It
there is another like I guess aspect of it where being an astronaut or being up in space, you have so many qualifications. My manager and I were
yeah,
actually talking about this at work, where you just have to be an all around like crazy badass. And those guys are all those people. They're like scientists. They're just like a jack of all trades, but they're actually a master of most of them too. Like, and it's like it's never a situation where they're like, oh, these people are not qualified. So yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's just strange to me in
yeah.
2026 that we have all this capable technology of cameras and equipment and crazy stuff.
Maybe it was too much data to send that far away from Earth.
Yeah, I
I
mean, you can definitely make justifications, and they're very like solid justifications for sure. Like it's yeah, it would be a lot of data to send, and I'm sure it would add more weight to the
yeah.
ship, and like there's a myriad of things that happen. But you know, there are tiny cameras nowadays.
Hey, but also they could have just had a giant fiber optic cable.
Just attached to the Earth, just going into space. How much jet fuel would it take to take a fiber optic cable up?
Hey, I'm just saying that's one of the ways.
One fiber of the cable goes wrong, and then they have to replace the whole cable.
This is why I'm not at NASA.
Here's your idea.
Here's my idea. I ain't fiber cable.
You're in charge of the budget, and you spend it all on the fiber optic cable.
That's funny. It's good. But yeah,
But
I
yeah,
mean, you want to
it,
say
it
something?
the one interesting thing I was watching this YouTube channel. His name is Fro Knows Photos. He's got like he's got this like, big fro, and he talks about cameras and stuff. He
Oh
made an
yeah, I know
interesting
him. Yeah.
Yeah, he's a really good channel. He made an interesting point that that photo that they sent of Earth, and he talked about how why it doesn't look as good as the one that was shot in the 1960s of the blue marble. And he was talking about at the end of the day, lighting is king. And when I think his name is Reese Wiseman. Reed? No, it's not Reese. It's his name is Weidman. I think the astronomer that went up there and shot the most recent photo of the Earth. He was shooting with the sun. He was shooting into the sun. So the Earth was here. The sun was behind Earth. So the Earth was completely dark when he shot it. So he had to like bump his ISO up like crazy. And so he shot the dark side of the Earth, and but the other photo from the 60s, it was shot on the light side of the Earth when the sun was behind the camera and was lighting up Earth. So you could get this beautiful image of Earth with no noise and stuff, and it was shot on 70 millimeter film. And so he was saying the reason the photo doesn't look as good as the 60s photo is lighting, and lighting is always the king, and lighting will always be the failure of cameras. If you don't
Yeah.
have good light, you just have to bump your ISO and make it look crappier than it would if you have good light. But anyway, he was talking about since people were critiquing the photo, he was like, well, at least this has got people talking about photography and cameras now,
Yeah.
right? More
Yeah.
people are probably interested in photography cameras and understanding why. Why does the photo from 2026 look so bad compared to the one from the 60s?
Well, I think it's because this mission was to record the dark side of the moon.
Hmm.
That's why they shot directly at the sun, because they were trying to get the dark side of the moon,
Yeah.
and kind of just I guess get a lot of information for that, and whatever they're going to use NASA going to use it for. But yeah,
Hmm.
that was the mission, is the dark side of the moon. So
Hmm.
they didn't really. It's not like they did it because all the previous like the Apollo missions was on the bright side of the moon that we see on a daily basis,
Hmm.
which is why it's like why those photos are great, because the sun's always kind of isn't behind them.
Hmm.
But yeah, you're right. It's all about lightning. So
Hmm.
I think it was kind of doomed from the start because of what their mission was.
Hmm.
But they could just braid a giant fucking light.
Just get a space light. There's a second sun. We create an
Yeah,
artificial sun.
Oh, but then all the conspiracy theorists would be like, "What's this?
This
We
is
got two
studio
suns." Oh yeah,
studio lighting.
Yeah, why didn't
There's
they
a
add more studio lighting? Huh?
there's a great Apple TV movie called Fly Me to the Moon, and it explores like the whole like faking the moon landing thing.
Who acts in it?
Dang, I can't remember his name right now. Fly Me to the Moon. It's Scarlett Johansson, obviously, and
Oh yeah.
then Channing Tatum.
Okay, I knew
Yeah,
I knew it was I knew it was some kind of Marvel person.
yeah,
It was Scarlett
um,
Johansson. Yeah.
yeah, and Channing Tatum. They both did a great job acting. I do really like Apple TV. Like, I just like subscribed to the 3 month trial to try out Apple TV. I will say my biggest critique of Apple TV is, first of all, the shows are great, but a lot of it is done on a smaller budget, and it kind of shows. But there's never a lack of quality, I will say, with Apple TV shows. Like, it looks beautiful, it's shot beautifully, edited well, written well. But for me, when I watch a show or a movie, where the budget really shines through is set design and the reusing of sets. If a movie reuses sets a lot, you can already tell that they were like budget constraint. And Apple TV does that a lot. And Fly Me to the Moon used a lot of virtual sets. They looked incredible, but to a trained person or somebody in video and stuff, you're like, okay, this is not a real scene. Like, this is not the real thing. But it's never done badly or anything like that. Um, that's one critique of Apple TV shows is like you can kind of see through the budget a little bit, but the quality never lacks. Second one is there's not enough for to justify paying a subscription monthly for it. Like you go to HBO, you go to Netflix, there's like infinite amount. You can never watch the amount of shows. So I think Apple TV has some catching up to do regarding the quantity of shows. But just like Apple, it always focuses on quality rather than quantity.
Yeah.
So there is that aspect of it from like a film perspective.
Plus, I think they're not trying to spend too much on Apple TV right now because they didn't really have a good launch in the beginning when they launched it. So
Hmm.
I think that's why they don't have as many shows or movies on it. But yeah,
Hmm.
I heard that it's actually really good. I think Melissa just signed up for a 3 month trial too, so I'll never
Oh,
check it
nice.
out.
Yeah. I've been watching Seth Rogen's show, The Studio. Great show. Seth Rogen does really well. It's a very Seth Rogen thing, so you have to be prepared for it.
Gotcha.
But yeah, it's concept's great. The amount of cameos you really appreciate in the studio. There's a ton of cameos in that movie in that series.
I bet. I mean, it's the making
Yeah,
a movie about movie making or a show about movie making and all that.
yeah. It's literally takes place in Hollywood, and they make sure to let you know that this is in Hollywood, and here's like a famous actor every 5 seconds.
Yeah, man. I say that I feel like there's so many streaming service now. Like they because what I've seen is that they've been doing a lot of bundles lately.
Hmm.
Because I think people are not subscribing to each one.
Hmm.
So I think a lot of companies are saying, "Oh, we should bundle all these streaming services." So they can
Hmm.
try to get people to come and watch each one because there's just so many now. I think,
Yeah,
in my opinion, I think there's too many. There's,
totally. And it's basically just on-demand TV
yeah,
repackaged.
because
It's
you can
like
just
this has existed for decades, you know.
yeah, and you can just pay for 1 month and then bam, you got like the whole catalog for that month to watch,
Hmm.
and then you move on. And I think it also makes people lose money too because people
Hmm.
do that. Or people sign up and make multiple accounts to sign up for the free trials.
Hmm.
Which that's just something about the subscription based thing that I feel like they're losing a lot of money. And because I don't think they don't really post their numbers unless it's something like really good happens. At least that's what
Yeah.
I noticed. Because I know that Netflix they sometimes would be like, oh, they had like 30 million views in the first 12 hours, but they don't talk
Hmm.
about like anything else to have views or something. They
Yeah.
don't talk about the
Uh,
good.
the subscription model in general in business is a super slippery slope, and it always ends in the detriment of the consumer because the margins So you start a new service, 10.99 a month, goes well for the first year, and then the shareholders get together and they go, okay, cool, we made millions of dollars. How can we make more? And then the answer is, here, let's raise the subscription cost by $1. And so you get this inevitable email in your inbox going, hey, by the way, thanks for being a subscriber. We're going to increase your charge by $1. Here's more shows. Um, and that just keeps happening over and over. And for me, that's happened on Spotify. I started at Spotify at $10.99 a month, and then I just unsubscribed because they brought it up to I think it was like $12.99,
Yeah.
and I was like, that's ridiculous. So I got the trial for Apple Music. And Apple Music is, I think, $10.99. So it's like one of those things where they're just going to keep increasing it. And Adobe has been doing this for years. Adobe's
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
been increasing and increasing and increasing. And when you base your whole company on a subscription model, it's the only choice you have, right?
Yeah.
The whole model of the one-time purchase is dead. Apple is about to probably kill one-time purchases on their software because they just introduced the Creator Studio, which is a monthly subscription now. But mind you, it's very affordable. It's like $12.99 for a whole creative suite. All decades long Final Cut users, Logic Pro users are just like, I bought my software years and years ago. I've been using it for 10 years. I bought it once 10 years ago. Am I about to just get cycled out? Am I about to have to be forced into a subscription model just like Adobe did years ago? So it's a giant, 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 giant slippery slope.
Yeah. Man, that kind of sucks. I was just about to say, oh, Apple hasn't done that yet with their software. Now you just told me about that. I was like, dang.
They did it. They did it 2 months ago.
Dang.
Yeah, and I signed up for the free trial for it. Like I was like, well, this is my chance to try Final Cut.
Final Cut, I love Final Cut. At least when I worked on it.
You liked it? Did you work on the newest like Final Cut
Not
7
the,
or
not
Final
the
Cut
newest
X?
one. It was Final Cut X. That's what I
Okay, it
worked
was
on.
X. So
Yeah.
I'm having trouble. Like I haven't actually sat down and patiently used it yet. But the magnetic timeline thing is crazy to me. I'm like, whoa,
Yeah.
because it just sticks to everything. So I need to I'm gonna get fully acquainted with it before I lose the trial because I just want to. I'm just curious. I'm like so proficient with Premiere now. It's just I want to learn this new software. And Resolve has always been kind of a hard one, but it's much easier to swallow if you're a Premiere user. DaVinci is than Final Cut because I think Final Cut is like genuinely like a disruptor for the Premiere Pro user.
Yeah. It's completely different. And it's very user friendly. Final Cut Pro is. So you kind of get aspects of like Movie Maker in it, but yeah, it's kind of it's just very user friendly compared to Premiere Pro, which is more doing more like specialized things in it.
Yeah. I've always had this conspiracy and it's not really even a conspiracy. I would even go far as to say this is the way Adobe made its products. If you take Photoshop, you pull up Photoshop and you go, there's no reason Photoshop should be so hard to use.
Yeah,
Like it's just illogical. That's why you have things like Canva and you have like other competitors that came into the
like
market.
GIMP, it's like that's
Yeah.
what I use. GIMP is a
Yeah.
lot better than Photoshop, and it does
Yeah,
everything.
yeah. You need a straightforward software, and Adobe Photoshop is the ultimate like not straightforward software. And you can argue Premiere isn't straightforward at all too. And I've just been using it for years, so I'm used to it, and I
Yeah,
don't find any fault in it because it's just you get really used to it. But every time I pull up Photoshop, I'm not the greatest Photoshopper. I used to use Photoshop more often in my previous job than I do now. So I got kind of more proficient. But now when I pull it up, I'm like I lost all my skill for it.
yeah,
But yeah, when I use it, I go, man. Decades ago, when they first invented Photoshop, they were like, how can we make this for industry professionals? How can we make this like a barrier to entry so we can create a whole market for it? Because if they wanted to make it like very accessible, they would have done it from the get go, and it would be I would argue it wouldn't be the biggest as big of an industry as it is now, and obviously AI is in the space now disrupting it, but it's like yeah, it just wasn't made accessible on purpose. I think.
I think we talked about this the last time, but yeah, there's a lot of AI tools now that make things Oh yeah, we did talk about it. Yeah, like I said before, like things that used to take like 15 minutes or 30 minutes now take
Hmm.
seconds, and you're
Hmm.
just like, oh hey, like, and I think that's why a lot of people are losing the skill too, because now you just use the AI to do a lot of stuff
Hmm.
instead of just figuring out how it works.
Yeah, instead of brute forcing it.
Yeah,
Yeah, especially like rotoscope. Rotoscoping is like totally dead. People used to pay thousands of dollars to have some dude rotoscope for hours, and now it's like the click of a button, you're rotoscoped, and it's like there goes that one guy in the industry who's been making hundreds of thousands of dollars his whole career rotoscoping is now out of a job. You know?
dang, I didn't know they
Yeah.
did that now. I mean, I
Oh,
guess I
dude,
should have known because I
rotoscoping is
saw.
so easy now. Yeah. I
Ah,
mean, it's not. I'll give it a 95% success rate.
gotcha.
And then and if it messes up, you can correct it. That's the best part about it. Is like you can, if it messed up for like 5 frames, you can go back in. You can be like, okay, redo this thing, and then it'll like take it from there. You know, so
Dang,
you just hold its hand for a second. But yeah, rotoscoping is completely not a skill anymore that is useful.
dang. That's a
Yeah,
skill I had. I loved rotoscoping.
yeah,
I used to love just rotoscoping random things,
hmm,
random video clips and stuff like that on After
yeah,
Effects. Dang,
yeah.
I haven't kept
It
up
got,
with it.
yeah. Resolve killed it, and then Final Cut really perfected it, and then Premiere just came out with it like a month ago.
Dang.
Hmm.
Well, I mean, that's pretty good, I guess, because rotoscoping did take a long time, so
Hmm.
to get it right. But it was so fun. So I guess these new generations are not gonna see how fun it was to rotoscope. At least for me, it
Yeah,
was fun. I like rotoscoping.
yeah, totally. And it's like I think we talked about this in the last podcast too. People just don't have the Hollywood skills anymore. Coming up in the industry, it's like there's still a lot of old heads that are still around on sets and they know what they're doing. I'm sure there's a good handful of those guys that are passing on the knowledge to the younger generation and bringing people into the field. But I'm sure there's a lot of people that are gatekeepers, and not only gatekeepers, but there's probably a lack of Gen Z and newer generations that are even going into Hollywood and film because they see the giant red flag of the whole industry and how messed up it is, and how low paying it is too. Like a lot of media jobs are better paid in a more corporate environment than those creative environments anyway. So it's just I see listings for Paramount all the time, like on LinkedIn and stuff. And I look at the salary range and I'm like, are you kidding me? Like somebody working at a like an In and Out makes more than this, or a Bucky's makes more than this. And like you want me to come to a set and like work for that money? Like it's a specialized skill. Like you got to pay for it, you know? Yeah.
Well, I think it's also because they have certain amount of budgets, when
Hmm.
it comes to whatever they're making. So they
Yeah.
have to sometimes they have to cut the costs to certain areas. But
Hmm.
I say, hey, if you got a budget and you want to actually get some good quality thing, you might want to actually budget that out. But
Yeah.
they
You
try
might want
to,
to pay people well.
yeah. But sometimes what I've seen is like all the money goes to like a director or
Hmm.
an actor or actress, and that hurts the other special roles. So
Yeah, the classic corporate ladder structure, right, where the person at the top makes the most money. Uh,
yeah,
and I think they should make the most money, but I think it should be more evenly distributed um, than it is.
communism. Hell yeah,
Hell yeah,
even.
hell yeah, yeah. They should all make $20 an hour or whatnot.
Nah, $5 an hour, and you get a free pass to go in the front of the bread line.
Yes, I'll vote for it.
Man, I wish our money was a lot better. I was thinking, looking at it, like salaries, like $5 back in 1900 is like $500 or something like that. Crazy amount
Mhm.
these days. So I really
Yeah,
wish,
inflation. Money printing is a hell of a drug for the government.
yeah, it's so
They go
bad.
government. It's like, oh, our markets are crashing. Print more. Put more into the system, and it's like, I guess.
Yeah, we're gonna have a very bad crash. It's gonna be horrible.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's just,
yeah. It's funny. Money printing is very what's the word? Beneficial for investors because if you have a ton of stock and then there's more liquidity put into the market, you can potentially buy more stock.
Yeah.
The value of the stock goes up, and then it eventually like bubbles and crashes and whatever. But yeah, it's totally unfair for the person that's trying to live a humble, hardworking life with their money, because
Yeah.
it just gets devalued every second of the day.
Yeah. And then, of course, the government's getting more in debt. Crazy amount of debt.
Hmm.
Like, we're almost to $40 trillion of debt. Anyways, that's a storm. That's a whole storm to talk about. Not in this podcast.
Money's fake.
Money's fake. So it's gold and silver. Fucking, yeah.
Let's go back to the gold standard, man.
Nah, we gotta do get the bottle caps.
Yeah. Let's just do bottle cap currency. They want to replace a dollar with bottle cap currency. I'm in.
Yeah, I'm down too. Like, it depends on which brand you have. If you got
Yeah.
like Big Red brand, it's like more value because not a lot of people drink Big Red compared to like Coca-Cola and Dr. Pepper. Coca-Cola is like the 1 cent because it's so much.
You walk into the after the implementation, you walk into a soda shop and like a craft soda like place. They're like, you're like, how much for this soda? They're like, oh yeah, like $75. You're like, what the fuck? This was $2 yesterday. They're like, well, we're on the bottle cap currency now, my friend.
It'd be more like $1 million. They're like, yeah, $1 million.
Our root beer our root beer addiction will go quick.
Yeah, we'll
Will
have to get
disappear
stone
quickly.
cold. Yeah. Oh man, there's so many good bands that are touring this year, and I'm like, I can't go to any of them. Like Triumph is doing a tour, and they haven't
Yeah.
toured since the '90s, so that's
Where
interesting.
are they playing?
They're playing actually pretty soon. Actually, I think next month or something like that. They're playing in San Antonio, Sugarland, which is the Houston area.
Oh, they're
And
playing here in Dallas on
yeah,
May 20th.
yeah, but I think that's like a Wednesday or something weird.
Oh
Weird.
man.
I'm not entirely sure actually. May 20th. No, that's a Monday. Great.
Wow.
I don't know who scheduled their tour dates. God dang.
Yeah, I mean, I guess they've been MIA for 3 decades, so I guess they can take what they can get.
Yeah. Oh, that does make sense actually too, because I guess they're not sure if people actually come, and they
Yeah,
might think,
it's like when you're a legacy rock band, like at least your dad probably like I mean for example, Ben, probably your dad probably showed you Triumph. But it's like
yeah,
when you're a legacy band, everyone's dad shows their kid that band and makes fans for life and generations. But when you're missing for 30 years, it can really harm you.
yeah. But Phil X is a part of that, by the way.
He
Yeah,
is he
because
their guitarist?
he's gonna be one of the guitars. The Rick Emmett was the original guitarist, but he left before the last album in the '90s, and then Phil X
Gotcha.
went and he became the second guitarist. But now they're doing it to both. They're gonna have both guitars there, so that's pretty cool. They're doing something different. Like a lot of people when they announced it, they were like, "Is all the original band members gonna be there?" Like a lot of people, it was kind of confusing at first, and they were
Yeah,
like,
totally.
and they had to kind of clarify. Yes, we're just having a lot of help because we're old. That's all they said. They were like, "Yeah, we're just having help. We're just getting people to come help because we're old now." Like,
So they're still a three-piece band, but they're gonna have other people like Phil X helping fill in the
yeah,
sound.
yeah.
That makes sense. Yeah, I mean, yeah, those guys are super old. They
Especially the
deserve to have a
bassist.
good sounding show at least.
Yeah.
They're playing in Houston on a Friday, so if you want to plan for that might be kind of fun.
So what's the prices right now? Try it.
They're not bad. They're like $64.
I might have to think about it. I have to talk
Let
to
me,
the
yeah,
missus.
yeah, same.
What is
We
that?
have new bosses now.
It's May? Oh yeah, new bosses. We got bosses. Uh
Okay, the Houston ones are more expensive.
oh.
I'm assuming because it's a Friday.
The San Antonio one is like Wednesday then, I guess.
Hmm.
The San Antonio one is the special one because that's how they got their start. Because they're a Canadian band, and then I think a DJ down in San Antonio decided to play those songs, and then that's how it jump started their career. So it's
Nice,
supposed to be a
nice.
special one, but Yeah, why did they do that? Like, it's so weird to have it like in the middle of the week.
Yeah, it's all credibility for
Yeah.
they've definitely lost credibility over the last 30 years. But their biggest credibility, I guess, is they tapped on a record before Eddie, right?
What?
He did like guitar tapping. The guitarist of Triumph
Oh
did like
yeah.
had like a tap like a guitar tapping song before Eddie released one.
Uh,
Is that right, or am I thinking of a different man?
maybe it came out at the right time, like the same time.
Hmm.
I'm trying to remember because I know Rick Emmons a very great guitarist, but he's more classically,
Hmm.
so he might have done as kind of like a version of tapping. I don't know. You have to ask that. But I knew he did tapping at least in '83, but that's a little bit after Van Halen came
Hmm.
onto the scene. But he might have done some tapping. I mean, they're a '70s band, so who knows?
Hmm.
I don't remember correct. I haven't listened to Triumph regularly in a few years, so I only
Hmm.
just started because they're on tour. But yeah,
Yeah. That's cool that they're coming back, but we're seeing a comeback artist.
but yeah, Rush.
Yeah, that's gonna be cool.
It
Did
is
you
gonna be
did you
cool.
see that video of them debuting their new drummer?
I do want to see it, but I want to be surprised.
You want to be surprised?
Yeah, when we get there, I want to be surprised.
Okay, I will give you this, and I hope this remains the case when we see them. And I think we're catching them on one of their first shows, first run of the shows. I think we're early on.
Yeah, it's like July or yeah, July.
Yeah, I think it's the top of the tour, so it'll be cool to see them very fresh. But here's one thing I'll say from that video that I watched: sounds amazing. I don't know how he does it. Like I was listening to it, and I was like, dude, he sounds like back in the day. Like he's singing like he means it, like from back in the day. So he hasn't skipped a beat for his vocals.
I mean, he
Um,
has had like what 12, 15 years or something like that
hmm
since they last played on a tour, something like
yeah,
that. I remember because I was on that tour, the 40th anniversary, and this is like 50 something, so I think it's like 12 or 13 years ago. Yeah, I mean, you're having that much time to rest your voice and everything. I mean, yeah,
yeah,
he probably practiced too. He probably
yeah.
kept up
I'm
with
sure
it.
he's kept up his chops. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. You can tell. I mean, those guys are serious musicians, so I'm
yeah.
not shocked that they've kept up with themselves like that. But yeah, it is cool. Actually, let's see how old Getty is. Getty,
He's in his 70s, right?
yeah. He's 72. Oh yeah, it's extremely impressive that he can still sing like old days.
That's just like Sammy Hagar. I have to say that. He's like
Yeah,
about to be
Hagar's
78
got
this
it.
year. It's just,
Yeah, Hagar's fully still got it like fully, and then Robert Plant still sounds amazing to this day.
oh
Uh,
yeah, Robert Plant. Yeah,
yeah,
uh, Rob Halford is okay.
mhm. For the
Not as
style of
much
music
as
that he does, because it's
yeah,
very intensive.
yeah. I think he lost a little bit of the step, but that's just because of how his range that he had when he was younger
Hmm.
compared to these days. But yeah,
Yeah, with metal and hard rock, it's a finer line, and I guess you could put Getty in the hard rock world,
yeah,
but Getty has more of a operatic like Robert Plant thing going.
yeah.
So you can see how it's lasted him a long time. And same with Hagar. Hagar has a more raspy thing, and rasp is much easier to keep up with over time. But then when you come to metal, you're like you get to an age and you lose an octave, and then or not, yeah, you lose like your range, like it falls a couple notes, and you're like, well, shit, now I have to tune down my guitars, but it sounds cooler. Like
Yeah,
I think when you tune down metal, it just sounds better. It just sounds heavy. Well, not better. It sounds heavier.
yeah.
And that Sabbath really, benefited from that when Ozzy was on his last tour with Black Sabbath. They had tuned their instruments a whole step down from E to D, and that made Black Sabbath sound fucking badass. And it helped that they were all old men, so it sounded like even sludgier and doomier.
I'm so
And so it
glad.
really,
Oh, no, continue on.
I was gonna say, it just really helps metal. But you were saying,
I was saying I'm so glad that we both saw Black Sabbath. That we
uh,
were able to do that.
I think we saw them on the same tour, different cities though.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think we talked about it. Or was it a different tour?
Oh, it might have.
Uh,
I think you saw the previous tour that I did.
yeah,
That
I
I
think it
did.
was 13. I saw the 13 tour.
Okay,
Yeah.
I saw them in 2016 or 17.
Okay, yeah, that's after
Probably
I saw it.
16, because I saw Rival Sons open for them. That was crazy. That
Yeah.
was my first
Oh
time
yeah,
seeing Rival Sons.
it
Yeah.
was their last tour. There was their final tour, right?
Hmm.
And
Yeah.
and they had Rival Sons be the opener for that whole tour.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And I
that's
remember
cool.
watching. I wasn't a fan, and I didn't know who they were at all. But I remember watching them going, "Yeah, this band's pretty good." And then obviously I went on to become a fan like you did.
Yeah. Oh man. Speaking of new bands and everything, uh, so I got recommended a video. Uh, I don't remember the name. Tom Henson, Tom something like that,
Tim
of
Henson,
uh Polyvia, whatever how you pronounce that band.
Polyphia. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So I know I haven't already checked them out because I remember them they blow up like what a few months ago or something like that, or like a year ago.
No, they blew up a couple like 5 years ago. They like became really big.
Dang, my memory sucks. But yeah, I just got recommended a video of him doing something for Easter,
Hmm.
and I kind of went down that rabbit hole of watching their stuff, and I'm like, damn, they're actually very good. Technically,
Yeah,
like, they're very, very good.
they're
Insane.
uh they're from DFW. They Tim actually went to UNT briefly.
Oh, nice. Yeah, it
Yeah.
makes sense because
So
UNT is a music school. So
yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, Tim went to UNT briefly, but he's been playing guitar since he was a kid. There's so many videos of him.
and he's
And
so
so
humble too. Because I was
yeah, he's a,
watching,
he's a good guy.
yeah, I was watching the video of them watching people's covers, and he's like,
Hmm.
man, I gotta do a cover of this cover. I was like, I never heard a musician say that.
Yeah, I would say I know he gets a lot of flack, and he was the one who coined the term boomer bends,
Oh,
um, which like he doesn't do any bending. Like he'll do a lot of the tapping things, but the boomer bends is like that like classic like super bend. But he got a lot of heat for. I mean, he didn't get a lot of heat. It was like a lot of like he started he started a conversation about guitar and guitar playing and the evolution of guitar playing, because he's definitely the latest innovator in guitar, I
yeah,
would say. Him and there's this other guy named Mateus Métis. We saw him at NAMM, if you remember. uh Man, guitarist, let me see.
yeah. I was looking when I went down that rabbit hole of them. Yeah, I saw that a lot of people were discussing that. Like he's like the new techniques. And then I
Hmm.
think one of the videos they had, one of the songs, they had
Hmm.
Stevie. I keep forgetting how to pronounce his last name, but you know, Fi. It's something else,
Yeah, yeah,
right?
Vi.
Yeah,
See Vi.
Stevie Vai. Yeah, they had him in that song, and the people in the comments were talking about how the like they you have like the new style of techniques with guitars, and then the old style with Stevie kind of
Hmm.
mashed together, and people like really like that.
The
And
person
you're
that we
right.
saw was Mateus Mancuso. He's insane. Like I would say he is like a Tim Henson, but with a lot of classical guitar taste, and his is a little bit more throwback, but he's like a ridiculous monster. Like I would even put him. I would say for me personally, he's more fun to listen to than Tim Henson. Um, Tim's got great technique and is very like modern and very like inspired by electronic music. But Mateus Mancuso, he's very flamenco acoustic guitar, like just like so locked in on that front.
Yeah, it's very interesting for someone outside looking in and seeing all these new techniques people are coming up with and everything. It's pretty
Hmm.
fun.
Yeah,
And
I
I
think you
think
would.
well, I was gonna say I think I also because as I go older, I think I'm also getting more appreciated of that. Because like
Mhm.
I know you don't actually like kind of unless you're like a prodigy or something, you don't actually understand how cool
Mhm.
certain things are happening, like certain playing happens. But like these days, especially as music tastes. I know for me, my music taste has been widening as I go
Mhm.
older. I know
Mhm. Totally.
that's actually, I think a lot of people it goes like that as they get older.
I think it's because we have access, and I think
Yeah,
back in the day, it used to go like this because you would just go back to comfort and familiarity. But now that we have access and we have this like brain of finding new pleasures, like we just have ability to go, okay, I'm bored of listening to my playlist. Let me go far left and go like try to find something else. Like 2 days ago, I've always known ABBA. ABBA's like always been like a presence in the world, and everyone loves ABBA. But I've never like really appreciated it. And 2 days ago, I was just listening to ABBA, and I'm like, oh, I get it. Like I finally like it took me years and years to understand ABBA, but I get it. Like you listen to it and you go, yeah, this is fucking goddamn good music. Like I just didn't. It's just one of those things where if I didn't have access to ABBA that easily and I had to put a vinyl on and listen to ABBA, I probably would have never gotten around to doing it. You know. But yeah, it's access. Access really helps introduce new music and new genres and new things to people.
Yeah, I've been adding a lot of songs lately because to my one playlist on Spotify, I'm
Mhm.
almost to 8,000 songs.
Nice.
So I'm trying to add stuff and stuff like that. But man,
Yeah.
it's so whiplashy though.
Hmm.
you know my
Yeah, I
playlist.
know
It's
your
so
playlist.
whiplashy.
I've heard it. I guess you have enough songs to eclipse this problem that I had. Let's see. Let me see how many songs that I had on Spotify.
You might
So
have more than me.
I I actually unsubscribed from Spotify recently. Um, and that is due to me. I only on my main playlist I only have 1767 songs. So I don't have 8,000 songs on there. Um, I unsubscribed to Spotify because I would shuffle my playlist, but I would only hear the most popular songs that are on my playlist. Like I would never hear the deep cuts that are on my playlist that I know exist. Like I would remember songs. Like I'll just be like driving and I go, "What happened to that song?" And I'll like find it on my playlist and I'm like, "It's there. It just never plays on my thing." And so I got really tired of Spotify's shuffle system because it's not a true shuffle.
Yeah, I did kind of started to notice that because I added a lot of like new artists like
Hmm.
Sabuzi. I don't even know if I pronounced that correctly, but
Hmm.
just like artists like that. It's starting to actually it plays a lot of Taylor Swift lately,
Hmm. Hmm.
and I was like, then when Melissa's not in the car, I have to skip it because I'm like,
Hmm.
I don't want to listen to Taylor Swift all the time. But yeah,
Hmm.
it's been doing that, yeah. But I mean, they had the AI DJ. I don't know if they still have that, but that was actually pretty good at shuffling songs and giving you new songs and stuff like that
Hmm.
to listen to. But yeah,
There,
Spotify. I mean, I'm deep in Spotify, so I don't think I'm gonna make a switch. I kind of want to do YouTube as a
mhm.
switch, but
There
I
are platforms that and I use and Apple has it natively, but I know there are like softwares that do it for YouTube Music. But you press a button and then it scans your Spotify account and puts all the songs on the new streaming service. And
oh
then the cool thing about Spotify is it keeps everything. Like you keeps all your playlists, keeps all your liked songs. So if you want to resubscribe, you can. So it was one of those things where I'm like, no harm, no foul. I'll try it for 3 months with Apple Music and see how it goes. And I will say Spotify caught up. Spotify has really good high quality lossless audio, but
yeah, they just
I
did
don't
that
know.
like a month ago or something like that. I've
Yeah, they,
noticed.
they, they did that a few months ago, but I downloaded it and it sounded great. It sounded much better through the systems and everything. Um, but I don't know, man. And this might be some voodoo Apple magic that they're doing, where they hinder the performance of other streaming services on an Apple device. But Apple Music just sounds better. Like I don't know. I need to try Tidal. I heard Tidal is the best like fidelity when it comes to streaming services. I might even after I go through Apple Music for 3 months, I might try Tidal because I know I went to this music producer's house recently, and the streaming service that he was using was Tidal, and I like made a joke. I was like, of course he would be using Tidal. And he's like, yeah, why the hell would I not use Tidal? I'm a music producer. I need everything in high fidelity. And so I will say Spotify isn't on the top tier list of like fidelity of audio, but for the everyday use, you're playing it in your car, it doesn't matter, you know?
Yeah, and I'm not sure if I will ever try Tidal because I don't like because I know JC he owns it, right?
I think it's Jay-Z's still.
Yeah, I don't know. Wasn't he? I'm trying to remember, but he was part of the Epstein list, I think, or the Diddy list. One of those two, the Diddy
Yeah, I
list.
think
But
he was involved with Diddy.
yeah, so I kind of wanted to not give him money if I can, but yeah,
Yeah,
but
that was my relationship with Spotify too, where I'm like Spotify like notoriously screws over artists,
yeah,
and
that's
I
that's what I
just
was, that's why I'm
I
thinking
didn't
of
feel
switching
comfortable
to
with it.
YouTube. Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah, because I know it skews artists all the time, but I was like, ah. But now that I know that there's apps that will scan it, I might actually
Hmm.
make the switch. Because YouTube,
Yeah.
it's not just like regular, like you get music from like years ago, like old YouTube music when people would
Hmm.
upload like their songs and stuff. And
Yeah.
to be able to download that and listen to that offline, I mean, that's
Hmm.
just great because you don't find those things
Yeah.
on Spotify because it's like
Exactly. Yeah.
deep, deep cuts.
Yeah. No, that's the coolest implementation of YouTube Music is that it detects this is a song from a music video, but it's not a major artist. It's not on streaming. It's something uploaded in 2008, but it's a song. Here, you can listen to it. Like with
Yeah,
your phone off. You know,
which is really good.
it's a cool feature.
Yeah. Speaking of tours, by the way, I know. Let's go back to that. Journey's on the final tour.
Hmm.
Oh,
They're in an interesting place now, huh?
yeah, they're in an interesting place. I feel bad for Anna Panetta.
Hmm.
He's because the controversy is that he tried to retire like twice by now. It was like someone
Hmm.
from the band, and they wouldn't like let him go.
Hmm. Contractually.
Yeah, and he's been dealing with some personal issues, like with a divorce, a very bad divorce back in the Philippines
Hmm.
and stuff. But yeah, I really wanted to see Journey from one last time, but
Hmm.
they're coming to Austin like very. It was like so soon, and I just
Hmm.
didn't have the money to spend just to go see them.
Hmm.
So it kind of sucked, but hey, I've been to them what 3 or 4 times. One of that time
Hmm.
with you when we went to Lubbock.
Yeah, I
That
think that's
was
the
fun.
Is that the last time you saw
Yeah,
them?
that was the last time. For
Yeah,
yeah,
no, I was genuinely blown away by Ernell. When I saw it, I was like, wow, his voice carries through the whole like place, like so great, such an amazing vocalist. It's so sad what's going on in the background though of all that.
yeah, and he deserves a lot better because he's such a great singer, such a great,
Yeah.
and he writes great lyrics when they let him. I mean, you go back to the Clips album, back like the second album with him, but like the first four album, he wrote a lot of the lyrics along with his brother, and yeah, it was really great. And my hot take, I think the Eclipse album is the best Journey album. I think it's still Magnus Opus. I had to
Interesting.
say that. I think it is because I think it's the accumulation of all the like the decades of experience with Jonathan Cain and Neil Sean, and the way the evolution of their playing, it kind of
Hmm.
accumulated into that Eclipse album, and then them
Yeah.
allowing Honor Purnell kind of to collaborate and to write those songs really
Hmm.
uplifted it because it added a new perspective to the songs, just like
Hmm.
they did with I forgot the second singer's name. Well, the third technically.
Hmm.
What's his name? What name? It's gonna bother me. But the third singer technically. He came out with the Arrival and the Generations album. Arrival was 2001, and they did the same thing, kind of, and it was actually really good. That's why I like to say that Arrival was a good second. The Arrival album is a good second.
Hmm.
Why am I blanking with uh, what the what's his name? Jimmy.
Now I have to put Eclipse on my list of listens.
Yeah, I love. It's to me, it's just the best Journey album.
Hmm.
It has good replayability, in my opinion. It's
Hmm.
heavier than the other albums. I mean, and I like a little bit of the heaviness, but also the lyrics is just great too. Yeah,
Hmm.
Steve Aguri, Augury, I think it's to pronounce it.
Hmm.
I'm probably like dying, but with the pronunciation for all the names today. But yeah, he was really good too, and the 2001 album was really great too. Arrival. Yeah. Well, I know, but like that's a very hard take because Steve Perry is Steve Perry. Like, come on, legend.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
and
and
one of
it's
the best singers ever.
yeah, it's hard too because Journey was a very commercial band back in the day, and obviously Don't Stop Believing is like a huge like once in a lifetime like song of band rights. Um, and but that being said, Don't Stop Believing has been around like when did it come out in the 80s? Yeah,
Yeah, in the 80s. Yeah, I think the early 80s, right?
81. So it's been kicking around for 40 years. 40 plus years, almost 50 years now. So, and it was a commercial hit and it's been a commercial hit for decades. So it's hard to escape that, that legacy. And then someone like you who's like a massive fan of Journey actually takes the time to listen to their full discography and go, wait a minute, that's not their best work. This is, and you're able to like see like the whole like evolution of it all, and you're able to point out like this is probably their best work versus somebody who gets drunk in a bar and karaoke's.
And I probably would say the same thing if Steve Perry came in like in later, like if they did an album like instead of Freedom when the Freedom album came out, if they like reunited with Steve Perry, then maybe I would have said that album was the best because Steve Perry. I mean, you see in the background, I have the Traces album right there, the little display thing, and he's actually still really good lyrics wise. Like he writes from the heart too. So like both singers do write from the heart, which is really great. In fact, I would say all of them. Maybe Greg Rowley, if that's how you pronounce his last name. I'm not entirely sure. Really early, that's early Journey, but yeah, yeah. I would say because, like I said, it was like the experience of Jonathan Cain and uh, Neil Sean. All the experience throughout the decades of them playing, and Neil Sean being a prodigy. I mean, he's been playing guitar since he's been basically since he was born.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, legendary guy. Yeah.
yeah,
I mean, I guess that's the root of their modern problems, right? They're very egotistical about their
yeah. So yeah.
about their place in the band, and that causes a huge issue. And it looks like Steve Perry went through something very similar back in the day, and that's one of the reasons he left the band, right?
Yeah. That's literally one of the reasons. Yeah,
Yeah.
because they wanted him. Neil Sean likes just to go on tour all the time and just make money from that.
Yeah.
And they kind of pressured Steve Perry to kind of recover and come back to tour, and Steve Perry was like, "No, fuck you guys. I gotta recover on my own." And
Yeah.
and then that's just what made the I just guess I don't know if Neil Sean is just like a greedy person or something like that, or very egotistical or something. I don't know. Because I think in the early band, it was always about, like Neil Sean was like the poor. Like people were like, oh, let's go. This is his new band. He used to be in Santana, and then now he's playing there. And then, but then when they found Steve Perry, it became kind of like a two-person like show. Because Steve Perry just erupted.
Yeah.
Like I said, I think he's like one of the best vocalists ever. Steve Perry.
So, yeah, it's sad that he lost out on his voice. Is he still recovering? I know he still has issues, and there's a reason he doesn't really like perform much anymore.
Well, he like after he left Journey, he kind of just went out of the public eye, and I think he just stopped singing in general. So that's why his voice is it's not as good as it was before because he just never practiced it and stuff like that. Because he never had. I think he just kind of left. I guess he was kind of traumatized or something like that. From how his exit from the music industry was. So,
Yeah, I mean, he was part of the biggest band in the world, like one of the biggest bands in the world, and then
yeah,
it's like you can never catch that high again. Like very solemnly and rarely do artists go on to be part of another big project or find that same success they did in like a major project like that. It makes sense that a lot of good artists step away from the spotlight when they get the chance. Ozzy's guitarist, dang, I'm forgetting his name. He played on Bark at the Moon. Uh, he came in and played for Ozzy's farewell tour. Jakey Lee. He's a huge example of that. He got screwed over by Ozzy, and He got screwed over by Sharon specifically, but he never took crazy gripes with it. He just walked away from the industry like, well, I played on the biggest record and I didn't get any recognition for it. Great, and he like walked away from it. And I think a lot of people do. Once they get enough capital, they just go, cool. Like I can live the rest of my life out in peace. Let me go
Yeah,
do
because
that. You know.
yeah, Steve Perry still owns the rights to like most of the Journey songs from that
Hmm.
time. So
Yeah, yeah, not surprising. Especially if he wrote all the lyrics, then yeah, he's the sole owner of all that stuff.
it's probably one of the things that Neil Sean probably doesn't like. Honestly, I don't know.
Hmm.
The things about Neil Sean, I don't know if he's greedy or if he's very egotistical or if it's a combination of both. But yeah, kind of sucks. But I
Yeah,
hope
I
on
mean,
the Panetta, I hope he gets like maybe he does his solo stuff because he did come out with a solo album a few years back,
mhm.
but I hope he gets good success because I think he deserves it. But yeah, what are you about to say?
um, I was gonna just say about like Neil um, probably the fact that he got famous so young and he was well regarded as a 16-year-old probably doesn't help his ego. Because
True.
it's like he's probably a person who's never been humbled by the industry. Like he's just had opportunity after opportunity and just success after success. And I think once you get into that snowball, you just roll and roll and roll, and you just want more success, more big, 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 big. And versus someone like Arnell, who comes from crazy humble back beginnings and like found like literally won a lottery ticket to show off his talents that many very talented musicians never get to be
Yeah.
part of that. So yeah, I can see where the where the clash is of egos,
Yeah.
just humble backgrounds versus, and then now it sucks because he came from such a humble background, made it, and then now the industry's eating him alive, like the contracts and all that stuff, and it's like one of those like blessing curses thing.
Have you looked into his personal issues?
No, I don't know anything about it.
It's kind of interesting. So he's going through a divorce with his wife, and it's just so Philippines have different laws. They have that like morality laws where if your spouse commits adultery, it's actually like a big deal over there.
Hmm. Hmm.
So apparently his wife committed adultery because he was always gone away
Hmm.
doing tours and stuff.
Yeah.
And so that led to a divorce. And then now the wife is claiming that he domestic violence. But I don't see that happening. He doesn't seem like a guy to do that. Like
Hmm.
I never seen him like. I know sometimes it's like it's the people you don't expect, but
Hmm.
the way that's going behind it is because adultery is a very very accusation, like
Hmm.
very serious over there.
Yeah.
So I think the wife had to do another serious accusation to kind of counter that. I think
Hmm.
that's what happened, really. But it's just it's very messy, and that's why I think that's why he wanted to go because he has to focus on that instead of
Hmm.
touring. But now he's contracting to tour, and that's eating him alive, and his children is suffering because of it, and he
Hmm.
doesn't like it. When your children suffer, it's like it's a whole other ball game.
Totally. Yeah. Yeah. That's too bad. Yeah. The sad things of an industry, and of course, as a humble guy from the Philippines who probably didn't have a lot of exposure, he probably didn't have a lot of legal support when he first signed those contracts and
Yeah.
really got into the game. And I mean, he's been in the game for 10 years, so I'm sure learned a lot. But yeah, somewhere along the lines, just he probably didn't read the fine print very well. And I guess Steve Perry. I know he's probably met Steve Perry, and I wonder if he's ever warned him about certain scenarios.
He probably did.
Yeah, he probably reached out and warned him, like, "Hey, like, I'm glad you're having success, but watch out for this stuff."
Man, it would have been nice though. Steve Perry and him doing a duet.
Yeah, they've never done that. They've never been on
They've
stage
never
together.
done that before.
Oh man, that's so sad.
I hope they do that one. Like, actually, it could be possible because Steve Perry still owns the right to all of the songs. So
Hmm.
technically, it is possible. Once Journey ends, he could go reach out to Anna Panetti and be like,
Hmm.
"Hey, let's do this. Let's do a little solo
Hmm.
project,
Hmm.
duets."
That'd be crazy. That'd
Yeah,
be that'd be awesome.
that would be awesome. And also, it helped too because Arno Panetta can do the high range,
Hmm. Hmm.
and C-Perry can do the low range of the songs.
Hmm.
That'd be
Yeah,
great.
yeah.
Great
That
harmony and
that'd be
everything.
super cool to hear two similar voices doing their own thing.
Dang. Now I wish I would have went to a Journey concert, but that's okay. I've been to a
We
concerts.
saw him at a good point. We had
Yeah.
22,
I don't
23,
even remember. I
22,
don't
I
remember.
think.
Something like that.
Yeah, 2022 or 21.
Was it?
Maybe 21 actually.
Yeah, I think it was 2021, right?
Yeah, I have the poster somewhere. I used to have it up on my wall. Um, yeah,
Nice.
that's cool. Yeah,
Yeah.
there was like a Texas tour, like three Texas, and we saw them in Lubbock.
Yeah.
That was cool.
That was a fun story.
Oh my God, that
For the audience, Karthik, you bought the tickets. You did it
yeah.
for my birthday, I think, right?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
bought the tickets. I had them in my StubHub. No, Ticketmaster. It's StubHub. One of those two. I had it in there.
It was Access TV, right? Like,
Access. Yeah, I had it in Access. I definitely bought it, and then it just wasn't there on our way there. I was like, and I tried everything. I tried to find confirmations. I had a charge on the account. I remember that. I remember I had a credit card charge, and I was like, "Where are my tickets?" And we were already more than halfway to Lubbock, and Ben goes, "Screw it, I'm gonna buy
no,
it."
it wasn't that we were halfway. We
Oh,
actually
we were there.
arrived there, remember?
Oh yeah, we did
So
arrive there.
I was like,
Yeah,
fuck it, let's go buy it. I was like, fuck it, we're here.
but I think on the drive, I remember as I was driving, I was like trying to find it.
Oh, okay.
I was like, where is it? It's there somewhere.
You did seem a little distracted when you were driving. That makes sense now.
Yeah,
But that's a
yeah.
drive,
We had
though.
open roads, and
Yeah.
yeah, it was just like it's like a boy. But we saw them. I
But
guess
yeah,
that's what matters.
it was a great experience. It was great.
It was a fun time.
Yeah. On that note, we can talk about other things, but I think it's been a good podcast. We've had a lot of fun.
Hmm.
We'll see what people say about my hot takes. Yeah. So,
We'll see if we get shit for our NASA comments.
yeah, everything. All right.
Yeah, that.
Final thoughts.
No, no, not really. I think I think we had a cool like conversation of space, music, and space movies and music,
Yeah, it was really
and
nice.
TV somewhere in there.
Some TV.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for listening, whatever platform you listen to this. And please like and share, and subscribe for more. We'll see you guys later, and have a happy trails.